I'm Mr. Hartgrave, and I'm addicted to Marvel Strike Force. On this episode of Marvel Strike Force, we're going to be looking at the blog. There's not very much going in the blog today, so we're not going to spend too much time on that. We're going to cover it. We're going to look at the blog, but there's a lot else to talk about in this video. We're going to cover the state of Marvel Strike Force. We're going to do it ourselves this time. I know last week we watched a reaction about it, but this week I've gathered a team of experts, Marvel Strike Force experts, especially more on kind of the spending end of things, because I don't spend a lot, so I don't have a lot to really care about, right? I don't really care. If this game goes down tomorrow, whatever, man. I haven't put too much money into it. It's not going to be a big deal for me. But for some other people, it is going to be a big deal. So I want to talk to some of those people today in this video. So make sure you stay tuned for that after the blog. And make sure that you come join us over on Patreon, because in this episode, I got some cool stuff to show you that's going on in the world of Kickstarters and Indiegogo, in particular with Gore Noir magazine. They have a new Kickstarter Indiegogo coming out for their mask issue that features Ghost and Slipknot on the cover, and I actually have a cover song, a Ghost cover song to share with you. However, I can't on YouTube because I'm going to get a copyright strike if I do. But if you come join us over on Patreon for just $1 a month, I can share things like that with you, and I'll be posting up my cover of Square Hammer on my Patreon as soon as this hits YouTube on Monday. So come hear it over on Patreon, and we're getting very close to 100 Patreon subscribers. And when we get 100 Patreons, I am going to send you something in the mail. I have not forgot. It was not a lie. Twice a year, I'm going to put something in your mailbox. So if you're a Patreon member already, make sure you enter your address in there so I know where your mailbox is, or your P.O. box, or your rock, or your hole, or whatever the hell it is. And we'll get that sent out soon. But in the meantime, I do have that cover song I can share with you. I'll be playing it here live for the people on Twitch, but I can't share it on YouTube. Things are tricky over there. We've also started up some new channels. We're over on agrogamer.com, so you can check us out there. And we're also on, we also have Mr. Hartgrave from Parts Unknown. If you haven't subscribed to that, if you haven't checked out my wrestling content, we do that there. Plus, we have a wrestling stream every Thursday night. It's like around 10 o'clock, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time here on Twitch. So come talk wrestling with us on Thursdays, and check out that channel. And check this out. Gore Noir has been your one-stop shop for indie horror artists and horror culture for 12 years. Gore Noir is crowdfunding their upcoming mask issue. Join us, make a contribution before May 12th, and together we can make horror history. Speaking of history, included in this issue of Gore Noir, for the first time, there will be a full page dedicated to the Mr. Hartgrave channel. Use the link below and pledge now for a limited edition Slipknot vs. Ghost cover featuring art by Stephen Strange. And keep digging. Okay, here's your blog. A guy from Brooklyn, Spoils of War. This already started yesterday. It's super easy. I put out a video. Let me say it here. I'll say it here because I meant to say it Friday, but I'll say it here. I put out a math video every Friday now. It tells you what you need to hoard and the math. And that's all I'm doing. And then Monday is where we will, talk about all of the kinds of stuff here on YouTube. So, like and subscribe, all that stuff. Do everything I say. Spoils of War is already going on, though. Everybody just needs to make 10 attacks. It's that simple. Everybody in your alliance makes 10 attacks for 3 wars, and you win. Okay, cool. More events should be like that. Shopping Spree. This is the only thing I need to give you a small update about Shopping Spree. They've slightly lowered the point totals, the maximum and the minimums. And the clarification is that the offers, you're going to be able to use power cores, gold, raid credits, or is the big word here. It's not and, it's or. Subject to change, or war credits. So, and I think you can buy all of them. I don't know. It's still a little hazy on what it exactly is, but it seems like there's going to be an offer every day that you can buy either using Power Cores Gold, Raid credits, or War credits, or all of them. And that will get you the monthly item. I mean, I'm assuming if you're buying all of the offers every day, you're doing really good. But we don't know. They've never run anything like this before, so I don't know. It's hard to assess until it gets started. You know, maybe I'll do an extra video on Thursday. Or I guess, you know what? This thing's going to start on Friday, right? This thing starts on Friday? No, it starts on Thursday. And I guess Wednesday I'll have the information. I will be doing a stream on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we will look at what this... Well, I guess we won't even know, though, because the offers aren't going to go live until Thursday. What a pain in the ass. I guess I'll know more about this when I put up my next math video, and I'll do an update Friday. But anyway, that's the small update that I had, is that you can use all of the currencies, either or all of them, or what. I think the take home is that Shopping Spree is nothing to worry about. There's nothing to panic about this week. And it still holds true that you're only going to get your red stars on Quicksilver if you're in the top 150. That's another important part. That's the part that sucks, right? Is that you're only going to get red stars on Quicksilver if you're in the top 150. If you're not in the top 150, you get dick. You get dick. You get to go fuck yourself is what you get to do. I mean, you know, in the top 1% is going to get some Elite 5 credits, like that fucking matters. And you'll get some level 5 ions, which is literally like the only thing I need now. So cool. I guess so. Whatever. Forces of Nature is another event where we have no idea what the points are that we get for it. So there's no way to talk to you about it because I have no idea what you get for Alliance donations, daily objectives, or free web claims. So that's great. You know, I'm in the Envoy program, but why fucking tell me? I only have to come out and talk to a few thousand people a week about this. Why the fuck tell me? Why fucking bother? Right? All right. Radioactive Run web milestone is you spend Isotope 8 energy. If you have it hoarded up, you don't have to spend any cores. If you don't have it hoarded up, if you spend 200 cores a day, you'll be fine. And that's pretty much it. There's a quick rumble. So Special Offensive. I guess I have another update. Surprise! Last minute edition. I did not know about this ahead of time, so here's the math now. Maybe I'll give this update in that future video as well, or not. I don't know, man. I'm getting really pissed off. All right, this starts on April 20th, and they want you to spend campaign energy and earn raid credits. So hoard your raid credits. Do not open your raid credits. We got a new season of raid credits coming up. Actually, I should factor that into this because there's a lot on the milestone you can grab, which is going to help you out. But it's not going to help you enough, okay? I've done the math. And even if you got bonus points, it's going to be really hard to get there. So it's going to go for 5 days. You need 280,000 points to max it out. And you're not getting that unless you spend money. Because even if you go as hard as you can possibly go and have the maximum amount of credits hoarded, you're only going to end up at about 170, 180,000. You're going to be 100,000 points short. And that sucks. So even if you're spending 600 cores a day on energy, and even if you've hoarded 7 days of raid credits, and even if you're earning, 5,000 raid credits a day, and you can probably get more than that, so that might help out a little bit, but you're still going to be far away from where you want to be. Like maybe you can hit 200,000 points, right? Maybe 200,000 points. And if you got that, that's milestone 28. And you're still not getting the Bucky Barnes down here. Fuck, they can't even show this shit here. No, it won't show it. Anyways, fuck my format. Down here on the last two, on milestone 29 and milestone 30, you can't see it because I'm blocking. That's 30 Bucky Barnes and that's 30 Kang. So they put 30 Bucky Barnes and, more importantly, 30 Kang extremely out of reach of the free-to-play player. So yeah, fuck everything I said about this week, about everything being, but this is optional. There are no monthly points for this. You don't have to participate this at all. This is just some shit for, I guess, the Krakens and whales, and nothing for us regular people. I mean, you know, we'll get some Captain America World War II shards, some Union Jack, Agent Venom, Captain Carter. There is 10 Bucky up here, 10 Absorbing Man. So it's not horrible. And we will get a few dark promo credits, but no one's getting a lot of dark promo credits out of this. All the tier 2 level 4 ions are down here on the bottom too, so you're not getting those if you need them. I don't know. I'm annoyed because the information came in late to me and I had to do the math here on stream, but ultimately, whatever. Who gives a shit? Next up, the Bucky Barnes showcase is going to start on April 16th. It'll already be live in the game. I do recommend spending 200 cores a day to farm the maximum amount of training orbs out of that if you're able to beat the challenge section of it. I don't know. I guess training orbs are good to have. I ran out of them once. That sucked. I don't want to run out again. And Quicksilver is going to be made available, and he's going to need dark promo credits. And that's going to start on April 21st. He's going to be in your daily Cosmic Crucible rewards. Your daily Cosmic Crucible rewards, or I think maybe not your daily rewards, but your weekly rewards. So your weekly rewards, you're going to get Quicksilver shards depending on what your rank is. God help me, I'm headed towards Masters. Maybe that'll help me out. I don't know. I don't really care. Quicksilver, I think, is going to be a lot like Zombie Iron Man, where if you have them, maybe you can do something cool with them, but probably not. So like, yeah, Quicksilver, if you got them, maybe you can do something cool with them, but probably not. It's like a whale Kraken kind of thing, man. If you buy him up to like 7 stars, yeah, he's going to be fucking incredible. But by the time regular people get 7 stars on Zombie Iron Man Quicksilver, no one's going to fucking care. It's not even going to be useful anymore. It's going to be ridiculous. The War Scourge is coming back. They're putting Captain America World War II and Mojo's Mayhem, really just devaluing the shards that they're going to give us in the event, so whatever. And yes, they are officially skipping Kang. We're moving Moonstone into the orbs, and we're skipping Kang because fuck you. And then in the Elite Store, we're going to be able to put red stars on Captain America World War II. And that is it for your blog. Oh, I'm excited to talk about the state of the game today. Make sure you keep digging for the rest of this video, because I'm sure we got some ripe content in this bad boy. So I got Purple Sticky here, and I got TacoShooter here, and we're talking about the state of Marvel's Strike Force. Big news just happened that I don't give a single fuck about, and that is that Tadano Mac quit the game. TacoShooter somehow is still playing, and so is Purple Sticky. How's that going for you guys? Let's start with TacoShooter. How's Marvel Strike Force for you today, sir?
I mean, from a gameplay perspective, I've got probably an unpopular opinion. Marvel Strike Force is in. It's the best it's ever been as far as gameplay goes. Like I love Crucible. I love playing War again. There's a lot wrong from quality control perspective, and events being just stupidly fucking impossible. But from a gameplay perspective, it's a lot of fun.
Interesting concept there. I don't find I have, other than Cosmic Crucible, which is like the only gameplay I'm finding. I'm still opted out of War because I don't spend enough money to keep up with it. War and Cosmic Crucible is enough for you. You don't need game modes. You don't need any kind of gameplay in between those game modes that are sporadic.
No, I mean, so that stuff as well. Like I'm excited about the new raids. I'm excited about the new gamma that they launched, and looking forward to an alpha and beta launching at some point, higher difficulty. That has been fun to actually do raids and not just go in and sim them, because I don't have big enough characters to sim them. I actually have to play it. Like I said, I mean, there's a lot that's going right. There's just, a lot of stuff that's not okay also. But from
Nice.
a gameplay perspective, I'm very much enjoying myself.
All right, so you're good. You footed the bill. You're in war. You got your war teams, and that's keeping you. That's keeping you going. You're not disgruntled enough to quit. You're here long haul. You see yourself playing for another year. Let's think short term right now.
Man, I'm still sort of seeing what's going on with the Savi purchase. I'm obviously, as a member of the LGBTQ community, and the human rights issues that are going on over there. I am in a very undecided place in how I feel about it. On one hand, I look at the perspective of, well, I'm still putting gas in my car, and we know where that comes from, and but that's also
Just
something that's sort of a necessity, and
yeah.
and it's not just gas in your car, the energy to run things and everything else. So I don't. That is the only area that I'm very much undecided and unsure of how I feel about Marvel Strike Force.
Just for some background on that, because I have not talked about that on this channel because I don't really know how that pertains to us. But yes, Scopely was acquired by a Saudi Arabian company, and that's what you're referring to there. So you're concerned that they might have some influence over the design of the game, the culture of the game?
No. No, from a design and culture standpoint, I think every culture has a right to be represented, and I like diversity as much as anything else. But from the standpoint of, the women's rights issues and the LGBTQ rights issues that go on over in Saudi Arabia and various parts of the Middle East, and that's disturbing for a company that is essentially owned by the Saudi government to be supporting that with play money.
Gotcha. So
and
as
with
someone,
my play time.
all right, because I mean, I don't think it's any secret. So you spend money on this game more than the average player, would you say?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's what's given you. See, I don't really think about that because I'm like $10, $20 a month. I'm in the I buy gas kind of thing, right? I don't really give them a lot of money. But yeah, if I did give them a lot of money, I guess that would be something that would kind of give me more pause. I'd be like, do I really want a portion of my money that I spent on this game going to Saudi Arabia? And I don't necessarily agree with, what's going on over there with their government.
Yeah.
And that company's owned by the Saudi Arabian government?
Well, so it's essentially funded by the Saudi government, right? It's like the airline industry. The airline industry over in the Middle East is all government subsidized. So that they sort of, the government owns and runs everything.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Crown Prince, I hope I'm getting that title right, is like the chairman of the board kind of thing. It's all kind of intermingled government companies, all that. I think it's all kind of the same thing, as far as my understanding.
Yeah.
All right, we were just
so like I said, it's not something that's just flat out an absolute disqualifier to me. And I'm not saying that it won't become a disqualifier to me. I'm saying I don't know how I feel about it. And that's my fucking right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Fair enough. And thank you for that perspective, because it's honestly something that I hadn't really thought about, being in my spend bracket on this game. I don't really feel, I don't have a lot of stock in that. We've just been joined by Ambassador Al. Say hi to everybody, Ambassador Al. I know you're just starting to do some streaming for Marvel Strike Force, and we're just talking about the state of the game. We got the biggest spender. He's quit. I don't really fucking care, but I brought on some people who might care or might have some perspective on that. And also we're talking about the acquisition that just went down. Savvy, a Saudi Arabian company, has just has acquired Scopely. Now they say that, business is going to be as usual. Nothing really different is going to go on. We just kind of heard from Taco. Taco's enjoying the game. He says that War and Cosmic Crucible are enough for him. He thinks the game's in a better spot than it's been in a while, because he's enjoying those game modes and doesn't really need anything else. Purple Sticky, how are you feeling about Marvel Strike Force?
Yes. I mean, overall, I would say positive. A lot of that honestly hinges on how much fun I'm having with Cosmic Crucible. I love it. I have a blast playing it. I have a blast streaming it, and kind of the theory crafting that goes on.
Sorry to interrupt, but a quick plug for Community Crucible every Monday night. All of your favorite streamers, Mr. Hartgrave will join us eventually.
Oh, I'd love to have Hartgrave. But yeah, stuff like that, man. When we get together, we do the battles, we theory craft together, we celebrate when we, have amazing victories, and we laugh at each other when we make stupid mistakes. It's a great time. And stuff like that, man, that I'm really, really enjoying. Overall, I'm optimistic, cautiously optimistic, I would say, about the future of the game. I am enjoying it. I do have concerns around I would say, increasingly shortened shelf life of teams. They're really seeming to, there's always a churn through of teams, right? Like who you want to build. They got to keep the game moving forward, and I understand that. I do feel like that window of usefulness has slowly but surely shrank, helped in no small part by, seasonal rune bonuses and things like Cosmic Crucible and War. Hartgrave, I'm with you. War, not really a focus for me. I do what I need to do. I make attacks and try to make dumb decisions, but ultimately, I spend little to nothing on the game, and I need to make choices about where my investment goes. So my investment goes into characters that, perform the best in the game mode that I love, which is Cosmic Crucible, and I work them in other places. War where I can, and, of course, you got to do raids. You got to keep up with that, so I do that as well. But I'm enjoying it. I'm cautiously optimistic about the future. I'm interested in whatever this new game mode is. They're working in some unannounced, future in time. But yeah, enjoying it primarily because I have so much fun with Cosmic Crucible.
Yeah, I mean, I like Cosmic Crucible as much as the next guy as well. I'd say one of the things I'm looking most forward to is the expanded schedule for Cosmic Crucible. We're going to have these larger tournaments that they said in the preview blog. We're going to take 5 days instead of 3. And I seem to be hearing from Taco and Purple here that would be a good change. So are you okay with more Cosmic Crucible?
I would take as much as they want to give me. I'll be honest, if they gave me 2 tournaments a week and took away a war, if I could sign up for that, I'm all in. All in. I'll take as much as I can get, man. I love it.
I got to agree with that. I mean, I think I only find, I have a real problem streaming. I mean, you guys are here right now, Friday, because I don't have anything else to show these people. I got people showing up. I have nothing to show them. There's no war active. There's no Cosmic Crucible. There's no fucking gameplay. So when you guys say there's lots of gameplay, I'm like, where the fuck is it on Friday? There's nothing here. Oh, no. But maybe you guys got shit to do on Friday night. You're going out. Yes. You guys are happening people. You're not sitting around in a fucking basement with a 12-foot skeleton just looking around for a game to play. That's me. I can go find that in any other video game. I can go find some fucking gameplay, but not Marvel Strike Force, not on Friday. Now, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm fucking set. I got my Cosmic Crucible. I usually stream during those times, and it works out for me. But then I got all the other days of the week where I'm sitting around here just twiddling my fucking thumbs. And I understand War would help me out with that. But I don't really participate. I haven't participated in War for like 2 years because of how much money it costs. It costs a lot of money. I don't know if there's any way around it. At least not.
There's a reason I stream on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Yeah. And that's my Cosmic Crucible days. Is because that's where the content is for me. That's where I have the most fun. Yeah. I find it easy to stream. I'm engaged with the chat. We're talking about counters and ideas and laughing about stuff. And then I'm pretty much off the rest of the week because I'm with you. There's not really. It's like, all right, I guess we'll do the dailies. We'll do the raids we've done 1,000 times. So I hear you, man. Yeah, it's tough from content perspective.
I mean, we're about to get a new raid, and that's going to help out a lot. But we're still waiting for that. I'm also kind of worried about when we get the new raid. We got teams now that are designed to sim raids. So I don't know if that's going to be a source of content. I think it's just going to be like, you build the raid team, now you can hit the sim button, off you go. I think that's kind of where we're headed to on raids. I don't really think we're looking at it as a form of gameplay. But let's go over to Al. Let's hear what he has to say. Al, how's it going, my man? How do you feel about Marvel Strike Force? Al frequents my chat often, so we'll see if he's angry. I'm very disappointed that Taco and Purple are happy and optimistic. I actually think it's great. We do need people who are happy and optimistic, but maybe not. What do you think, Al? I need someone on my side.
Well, there can be only one envoy of hate, right?
That's true.
We can't steal your thunder on that one. But honestly, I mean, the reason I would stream, I think a lot of us stream, is because we actually, even I think even CM Baka will agree with us. I hate this game. No, look, we love this game. We like playing the game. We're embedded. This is what we do. This is a part of our lives. There's not a. I think you often say, I'll be here when this thing burns to the ground.
Yeah.
Not that you're hoping it burns to the ground, but when it finally does, because it probably will, it's how things end, you'll still be here. And I think I'll be right here too. So I think the game's in a good place. Honestly, I think we've been here for 5 years. You kind of if you choose to, you can have perspective. This game's been a hell of a lot worse at many different points in the last 5 years than it is right now. And that sounds like you're just making excuses, but I think it's a better place than it has been in a long time. I think the last year of them making us do exactly what you have to do at all times has finally worn out enough players. And I think the recent preview ahead where, hey, you guys have some player agency. You have the chance to go off and do dumb things if you want to. You can bring dumb characters to Dark Dimension 6 if you want to. Is by comparison a breath of fresh air. Because we've gotten treated so badly that getting some player agency instead of none makes it fun again. So I think that's making it fun. Crucible has been a lot of fun, especially now as a content creator. It's a lot of fun, but we've also found that a lot of times the best MSF content is non-MSF content. So I think it's also been fun just to take the Monday and Friday times to just talk about gaming. Just talk about life, play balance, and how to not spend, and how to just relax, and all those things. We've been doing a lot of that on my streams and other streams too. It's like let's make it be fun and less intense. And I think that's been from I watch Taco streams, I watch Purple's, I watch yours. The most fun is when we actually just play the game and have fun and just be nice. And the more we conquer that, I think the better off we all are as content creators and gamers and players. So I think that this game still lets us do that as long as we make good choices and actually play it the way it's meant to be played as a game, as for fun, and not get caught up in the leaderboards and the spending and the wallet farming and the penis measuring contest part of the game. All that toxic nonsense. You can just choose to not be there. It's easy to get over there. The salt is always there, but if you stick to the fun parts of it, it can be so much more fun. So I just try to help people do that. Help myself, really.
Yeah, I still find that this game's lacking a little bit of game. Maybe not a lot. I mean, maybe I'm just pissed off because there's no tower. Whenever tower doesn't show up, because that's my favorite shit, is playing
I'm
tower.
with you. I enjoy tower, man. I have a good time.
Where the
first
fuck
day
is
of
it?
the blitz rotation thing is a little bit boring, but when you get to the higher levels and you start thinking about stuff, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, like where the fuck is it? So there's stuff like that. I found sagas to be fucking abysmal. Like, you guys are all talking about the future, like, woohoo, fucking Dark Dimension 6. I'm like, we're still stuck in the sagas, guys. Like, we're in like the top 1% of players, right? Maybe you guys are even in the top, 0.5% of players. 99% of this game is still trying to fuck around with Apocalypse. Now, I'm trying to tell that 99% just to fucking give up because there's no goddamn point to it and it's not fun. But 99% of these players are trying to get Apocalypse. So I know we're all looking forward to Dark Dimension 6, but, it's always been the case. When we were doing Dark Dimension 5, the rest of the community was doing Dark Dimension 4. So keep in mind, guys, as we move on to Dark Dimension 6 and we're all like, yay, this game is great, 99% of players are like, I'm still struggling with Apocalypse, motherfucker. This shit sucks. And that's what they did to the game. Like, we're going to see that play out over the year. And my question is, I hear a lot of positivity, and I'm the envoy of hate, so I got to bring the negative here, guys. I'm on my own. Why are so many fucking people quitting then? Is this not happening to you guys? I got half of my fucking alliance in the last 6 months has quit. Long-term players, dudes that have been playing for 4 years, 5 years, have been playing with me, have been going through my same exact experience, have come to me and said, Mr. Hargrave, this game's fucked. It's boring. I'm done. And I'm like, I guess I agree, but I'm still here because I'm a content creator, and I'm going to keep, turning the wheels until the end. What's going on, guys? Why, if the game's in such a good spot, do I feel like people are quitting on the daily? Al, what's up?
So the thing is, I think that always happens. It ebbs and flows and comes and goes in cycles. I will say from my experience,
dude,
like
the guy that just spent $50,000 to unlock Apocalypse quit. That doesn't come and go. That's a big one.
Well,
I said I don't give a shit, but I mean I can't ignore it. That's a big fucking deal.
No, I'm not ignoring either. I'm saying, but the fact of the matter is that having been in like the top alliance, you remember where Pants the Hulk cluster years and years ago?
Absolutely.
Hey, there was always somebody who was spending $5,000 a month. Let's just say that's 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now it'd be even more. $5,000 a month. Who comes and says, you know what? Hey, I spent $5,000 for last year. I'm out. This is after Dark Dimension 1.
Yeah.
After Dark Dimension 2.
Yeah.
We had an annual cycle where it's kind of like a cleansing of like, but there's always some other up and coming 3K, 4K, $5,000 a month spender coming up. So there will always be another spender. There might not always be, but there has always been. There's been this ups and down cycles in the top alliance. You see them, like troopers will break up and then they'll reform and they'll merge around and then there'll be another, okay, great. Now it's these 2 or these 3 or these 4 alliances where there's still 96 times, 4 times 24, 96 players who are still spending balls to the wall in this game. So one guy being gone, it's a big deal. It is a big deal, but I don't know. I wouldn't say it's the telltale sign that the game is dying and there'll be no more spenders. I think there will be other spenders, hopefully a bigger tier of slightly lower spenders, guys spending $2,000 a month instead of the $5,000 and $10,000 a month guys, maybe a bigger tier of that. We don't know. But the game will always have a Kraken tier in this game. I don't think that's going anywhere. The question really is that second tier down and third tier down, are those guys going to go from spending $1,000 to like 0? That's where the game has to. You're always going to have the Krakens. There's always going to be some new guy with too much money. And you're always going to have the free to play at the bottom. It's that middle tier that if they get less involved and get squeezed out, that's when your game actually dies. And that's what we haven't seen. I don't know how to see it. I can see it on Reddit. I'm not going to see it with Mac. I'm going to have to wait for game trends to see how that turns out. But I don't know. That's what I'm more concerned about, is if the middle alliances truly stop doing anything.
Yeah, I feel that's really interesting because that's what I was thinking too. The bar might just be lowered now. Instead of mega Krakens, we might just have like Krakens.
Healthier, honestly.
Who knows? Somebody could step up and be like, "I'm the new mega Kraken, guys," and then we're all back there again. Who knows? Okay,
it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm not a day one player, but I've been playing for I think around 4 years, and sort of to Al's point, at some point every year one of the top alliances just disbands and half the people quit and the other half go on. And then it's wildly misrepresented that the game's dying and everybody's quitting. No, a handful of people fucking quit. Like when a game of 350,000 players loses 6 players, that's not everybody fucking quitting. It's not what that is. This isn't the first time the top spender in the game has quit the game. Now, it's obviously the biggest top spender ever. and I genuinely I don't know, did you actually read the message that he posted?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was so the meat of it, of course, what everybody focused on the beginning and the middle of it, but the last paragraph I found super fucking depressing and sad. And because this is not a content creator. This is a normal dude that obviously has a lot of money and spends on the hobby that he loves to play. And for him to say that people hated him, but he still loved the people and he loved the game, and he wished that he would have been able to, he wished he was a native speaker so that he could have actually interacted more with the other players of the game, and that made him sad. And I found that super sad and super disturbing, because so many people just, you go on YouTube videos and comments, and you go on Reddit, and you go into Discord, and people just shit on these people that spend a lot of money on this game for no fucking reason. And at the end of the day, the person spending the money isn't a horrible person. The person making those comments are the shitty people. Like there's no reason to shit on somebody because of a hobby that they spend money on. There's a lot of hobbies that are a lot more fucking expensive than Marvel Strike Force. A lot. And just because somebody chooses to spend, what to many people would be considered a fortune on a game, doesn't mean that there aren't people spending outlandishly on significantly stupider shit. So perspective, stop being a dick, people. Like, be a reasonable person. Stop being such shitty human beings. For those of you that are trolling people that are not content creators and trolling people that are just other players of the fucking game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say if anything, I like to show compassion to those people spending a lot of money on this game. If for, we have a lot of other reasons, right? Video game addiction, whatever it may be, compulsive behavior, gambling addiction. But at the end of the day, I know the people spending that much money on this game are not getting their money's worth. And for that reason alone, I have compassion for them because this company is taking advantage of them. They're taking a lot of their money and they're not necessarily delivering that kind of value to them. And
well, that's very different though, right? That's very different from the Tadanos of the world.
Well, yeah, you're a chance to get value for that kind of money, but I think what we're getting back to is
well, here's one more point I wanted to add on to that before my train comes to a halt. I think if you are spending the kind of money that Tadano's spending, maybe you shouldn't throw shade at him in the fucking game itself. And that might have been a bigger indication of what went on there. You guys all had a look at that? That was grade A, that was fucking stupid. The dumbest thing I've ever seen anyone do is you take your top spender and you throw shade at him in the fucking game. Now, I assume that was a fucking mistake. That was an inside joke, but y'all motherfuckers need to curb your inside jokes. And like you're saying, stop throwing stones at these fucking people. Why the fuck would the people who make the game be throwing stones at these guys? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, it's not like Scopely didn't have direct access to Tadano. Like, there was a person, there was a relationship there that had some type of person from the company communicating with him regularly, because that's what happens with all of the top players.
Absolutely.
And top spinners. And so for those,
you get a company liaison.
They've got these VIP access. Like, if you're not reaching through that VIP, whoever the attendant is for that individual, saying, "Hey, we're thinking about doing a joke. Think they'd be okay with it?" You don't just do it.
No, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, I think they fucked up. I honestly think Gary and Offers was like, "Hey guys, what do you think of this? This is fucking funny, right?" And they're like, "No, don't put that in the game." And he's like, "Okay, I won't." And he just forgot to delete it live.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's
holy shit.
That broke the camel's back, but I think it was in his letter where he says, you're just a number.
Yeah,
I think that was part of it. Of like, even though they should have a concierge, direct contact person, I'm sure they did.
Yeah,
but
there is a lack.
Be like, hey, you're a person. They didn't feel like a person. I mean, and if he's not being treated like a person, how in the hell would any other player of the game feel like they'd ever be treated like a person?
Ooh, that's a very good fucking point. If they're not treating Tadano Mac like a person, what the fuck do they think about the rest of us? Yeah, fucking facts. And like Taco was saying, I mean, there's a lack of empathy in this community, and it's something that I fucking, believe it or not, your envoy of hate is a very empathetic person, and I try to promote that sort of shit. Giving a fuck about our fellow player. Crazy. Purple, you haven't said much in a bit. Anything you want to throw into this discussion?
No, I mean, I agree a lot with what Taco and Al said. First things first, anyone that tries to spend shame, that is enjoying this game and actually loves MSF and wants it to be the best game that it can be, right? Like, don't throw shade at, if you're free to play or light spender, at the Krakens, and vice versa. I mean, we all love this game. This game does not exist without all of us. You have to have free to play. You have to have light spenders, and you have to have the big spenders to keep the lights on, man. I want this game to be as good as it can be. I want it to stick around for as long as it can manage to stick around. And we need each other. We are not the enemy of each other, man. Like, we all we all need each other. There's a place for everyone. Let's keep the lights on and let's keep the game going as long as we can, man. Because we all love it or enjoy it, to a certain degree. We wouldn't be here. With that being said, as far as attrition of players, which I think was kind of the first topic here, I've sort of seen probably the two main reasons that I've been seeing people quitting. Just kind of anecdotally, is one, free to play to light spenders that just feel like everything that they're trying to go for is so far out of reach that it's just they're just like, well, what's the point? I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to see Apocalypse. It's going to be years or whatever. And that's a totally valid thought process. And you just feel like it's hopeless. Like, what's the point?
I would like to say that they're absolutely fucking wrong and they're being drama queens. But yeah, I've heard it a lot.
Hold on. Can I guess number two? I think purple. So number two is you partner and join an alliance with Dorky Dad.
That's a big the Grim Reaper of alliances, as we like to call him. Yeah, you see him, you know your alliance is done.
I love you, Dorky Dad.
Harbinger of the end. Yeah.
He's truly a third. Yeah, I get it.
We invited him to this. I want to go on the record right now and say that Dorky Dad was invited to this, but he didn't return my message. He's too much of a fucking queen now.
What an absolute diva.
Yeah, fucking diva. All right.
The other thing that I see primarily is on the flip side of that coin. So you got that where people think it's hopeless. I'm never going to keep up because I don't spend and I'm never going to get ahead. I'm in it for the long game. I get it. I only spent literally, I would consider an offer. It was like a busted offer. Like I joke around saying free to play adjacent. Like I'll consider buying an offer if like they screwed up and I feel like I'm getting one over on them is pretty much where I'm in for spending. But to each their own. But on the flip side of that coin, I'm in it for the long haul. I know it's going to be a grind and I'll just enjoy the grind. And it is what it is. I'll get my stuff when I get to it. It's fine. The flip side of that coin, in my opinion, the other group of people that I'm seeing talk about leaving or have left or are the big spenders or spenders that feel that they have gone too far with the aggressive monetization, the auctions for Blue ISO 5, the blind auctions at times where they don't even know where they stand. And it's just, they feel like, as a spender in a mobile game, we all know what this is. This is a vehicle to generate revenue. We can still have fun. Mm-hmm. We can get value from that. There's nothing wrong. It can be, we can benefit and Scopely can benefit. It's all good. But I think we've gone too far for a lot of people in the direction of they're just getting what they can get. And I know a lot of people say, well, it's because they're cashing out because the game's dying. We've been saying that for years.
To clarify, to clarify what was going on, and that was one thing I found interesting in the note from Mac, was, and this is what I speculated on. I think I was proven to be correct on this. Boundless was told by Scopely, you have to make X amount of dollars by this date, and that date was the acquisition date, because what they were trying 100%. To do is raise the value of the company so that the value of the sale would go up. And that's where you saw the extra monetization coming in, the blind auctions, the milking of the Krakens and whales a little harder than normal. And he did confirm that. And that's how he felt as well. What the reality of the situation is, we don't know. But this is something I speculated independently. It really feels like they were told they need to make X amount of money by this date. Now, we're at this date. And now there's some in the community that are going to say, well, now they can get back to being a friendly company, which they never fucking were. But now we're all done. No, now they've been shown that they can make that amount of money. They are going to be expected to keep making that amount of money
and make more year over year. They want growth.
Yes,
they want growth. That's capitalism.
It's not going to stop. And I think another part of Mac's note that depressed me was the part where he was like, "Now's the time to negotiate." No. Then was the time to negotiate when they needed to make that money. Now they've been, they're going to have to keep on making the money. I don't see how anything's going to change. I don't have hope in that regard. I have a little bit of hope. I'm hearing people, you guys, hopefully people that are funding the game, that are playing War, seem to be enjoying it now. I do hear that a lot from people who are interacting with War, that they're having a better time with it. So I'm glad they fixed that. I think some of that because they haven't fucked with War in a long time, and you guys have been able to catch up and actually build all your War teams and not have some new ungodly War defense thrown at you.
No, the changes they made at the end of last summer, I think it was.
Yeah.
were really, really positive. They took away they sort of took away the defensive meta that War had become.
Okay, yeah.
Like War still
Introducing
had,
Underworld, Zombie Iron Man, and A-Force. Reworking.
Well, they
A-Force.
took away the blind and the so that negative buff room used to just destroy you.
Yeah.
And the max buff room used to just destroy people. So they really made, they took away a little bit of health as well from some of the defensively buffed rooms. They made a lot of really good changes. It was really well done. Like the rewards still suck. Like the rewards still need a big revamp.
Like mathematically, there's no reason to fucking play it for me. It doesn't make any sense.
It's just, it's fun though. Yeah. It's fun,
okay.
And it does give the ability to theory craft. And so now I've recently moved up to Sex Panther. Not the top war alliance by any stretch of the imagination, but we're top. I don't know, top 5, top 10, somewhere in there. We do quite well. And there's a lot of theory crafting that goes on behind the scenes, which is a lot of fun to sit there and, hey, everybody try attacking this. What's successful? What's not successful? Try attacking that. Hey, I just found a solution to this problem that we had. Everybody go try this. Like that happens a lot when you get into a more war heavy alliance, and it's a lot of fun, and it's something that I used to do before the defensive meta came out.
Yeah,
the defensive meta was just a hard stop in war. It sucked. It was very painful, even if you did spend a lot. So there's been a lot of positive changes, and they don't get talked about a whole lot. And I don't know if it's that they don't get talked about a whole lot, or if just the negative rage outweighs the positivity that's come through. I mean, you look at the whale stones, as they were called, the not milestone events, because you had to pay to even get close to finishing them. And then if you wanted to actually place high enough to get some of the top rewards, you had to take out a second mortgage. So that stuff feels bad and it looks bad, and it's not going to be well received. But there was a lot of good that happened in the last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think the most positive thing they did last year, and it sounds like they're going in a good direction, where we're going to keep the Scourge releases. Everybody likes Scourge releases.
Mm-hmm. Very friendly release.
Giving all the legendary characters to all of the players is a very good idea. Yeah. Getting rid of the sagas, also a very good idea, because they fucking suck. They're boring.
Yeah.
You do them once, they're done. You got to use the characters they tell you to use. And like I said, most of the game's going to be stuck doing that this year. We're going to get to move on to Dark Dimension 6. That's good for us. Maybe not so good for them. I had something else I was going to say, but then I forgot.
While you think of that, Adam, I would say if with the more offensive meta in war, it's back to people when Crucible first came out, said, hey, Crucible's like a mini war. It's one-on-one war, 6 versus 6. But because war is so bad that, hey, this is better. They clean up war just enough, I think, hopefully they do more, where war kind of feels like a mega Crucible, where it's a alliance-wide Crucible kind of thing.
They're going to do
enough
that.
Theory crafting and counters and things, but back to that fun part of it. Now, the reward part still sucks, but it can feel like a team-based Crucible where you all collaborate on counters and different defenses, and between wars, hey, we're going to sneak them with this, like we do with our defenses in Crucible, and that has put some energy back to war, but that won't really tick up until we can use characters that aren't just war-specific characters, because they keep selling us war-specific characters until people just don't buy them, or until there's just more rewards, something like that. It's not going to be as much fun as Crucible is, I think, for people until they make those kind of changes. But
well, in the preview blog, they announced that they're going to test out some new war changes that actually might have me giving a fuck about war. It's very possible that I could give a shit about it again. We're switching over. It's no longer going to be a race to clear. It's going to be efficiency based, which is something
optimistic.
which is something that we've been content creators have been asking for a long time. Maybe not necessarily me, but a lot of the people have been like, it should be efficient, like really mad. It should be efficiency based. It should be fucking efficiency based. Like, okay, it's going to be efficiency based. It seems like that took way too long to come for them to try that, but I don't know. It feels like, like when they say like we're listening, it took you 3 fucking years to listen. Congratulations. Right. So we're finally going to get a trial of this. I like that it's not time zone dependent, because I seem to always be in an alliance where I got guys in Europe and shit and people on different coasts. And I used to try to keep up with that and keep everybody. I used to try to recruit really heavily to make sure all my players were on the East Coast so we could all be on the same page. But I know over the years that's just become fucking unrealistic, especially for higher up alliances to be able to be picky. You can't pick and choose anymore. Like, we can avoid taking people from Australia. We've found that taking people from Australia just doesn't work. If you're here in America, playing this game with someone in Australia is just not fucking feasible. It's just the time difference is too much when you get over there.
Yeah. We'll see though. I think the devil's in the details though, because I'm concerned that once again the devs don't play the game.
Yeah.
We looked at the rules there, and I was in like Dorky Dad's chat, and they're like, hey, if you can game this out such that there will always be a tie, and it will in fact still be a time-based tiebreaker. Because if they don't count.
Yeah. Okay.
You can game it towards.
All right.
If you get full clears.
All right. Dorky Dad's wrong.
Bad ones, you can time
He's wrong. I'm talking over you because it's my fucking channel. He's wrong.
Sorry.
He's wrong. It's dead fucking wrong.
Yet?
I don't give a shit. That's high level war. You guys are talking to like the very tippy top fucking. I don't give a fuck if they have a bad time at war. That is not realistic to have a fucking tie. It's not fucking realistic in fucking war. That there's like going to be one alliance. That's fucking crazy.
It is the top end.
That's fucking crazy. But okay.
I mean, on my end, like,
it's cool understand what goes into that. Hold on a sec. I want to dispel this. I don't live in a land of bullshit because that's just fucking crazy. What we're talking about here is it'll go down to whoever has cleared first. If everybody has the exact same efficiency score, you've cleared the rooms with no losses, no second attempts, all 24 alliance members. And at a high level, that means having the ideal counters for every single room, having every single player hit that. Now, you know this from back in the days of Pants of Hulk. What alliances were trying to pull that off? We were always looking for that perfect war. Did it ever happen?
Well, yeah, it can happen. So it has happened. But that's the thing too.
How many times?
But if you buy the extra attack, that gives you more chances to just cancel and back out. They're saying that cancels don't count at all. So if you need 10 wins, you get 14 attacks. You can if everybody gets 1 sacrifice and 3 cancels, I'm getting 4 tries at that perfect attack on room 10. Or if you have 1 guy in your alliance who does get like 4, perfect attacks, then guy 2 now has 8 good attacks and 6 tries to get that 1 perfect attack on the last one. And if you have it's totally possible where you can basically have 24 stacks on the game of teams, and everything else is a win or a cancel, and you clear it all the way out.
I don't know, man. It sounds really far-fetched to me. That is some super fucking elite Marvel Strike Force playing, in my opinion.
We've already had wars where there's been the same number. It's been exactly 24 losses on both sides, and it was a race at the end. So that's wouldn't have changed with the rule changes.
It's crazy. Hats off.
Yeah.
Good luck, nerds.
I'm just telling you, there's always a loophole, and usually it's Dorky who finds it, but there's always a loophole.
It's fair enough.
And you know what? They don't realize how we players break it and test it and stretch every possible way of it. They don't play it the way the gamers play it.
It'll take 1 week of that, and if that's what's happening, it'll take them about a second to fix that. You just make the fails count. You make the cancels count, and then you're done.
It just depends how much it pisses off the top spenders.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
And it will. But yeah, but the good thing is that it's part of it's not officially a war, and there's this nowhere siege, which is like a war tester, but not actually the war itself or something. That's worded kind of funky, so we don't know if it's actual the war getting those changes, or if it's a separate game mode that just looks like war. It's kind of vague, so who the hell knows? Let's just wait for it.
Yeah, I think it's just going to take over war. It's just going to reskin war with the new rules. It's like Cosmic Crucible. They're just going to throw some. Come on, think about the least amount of effort's going to be taken on this, not maximum.
I think it's been like an 8-week beta test is what I'm thinking. And if they whatever's good from that, Now they'll make it permanently in the war mode will be restored. Yeah, I whatever.
Yeah, like, some bullshit.
It'll be
like,
fun.
I mean, Harker, let me ask you. So for me, I'm probably the lowest spender of the panel or whatever you want to call it here. You would be closest to me, I would imagine, of this group. I spend next to nothing on the game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel like for me, like I'm excited, like, yeah, let's change up war, let's make it efficiency. I'm cool with that. Let's make the rewards better. That's awesome. What is your feeling on this? Because for me, I'm happy about all that stuff, but it kind of doesn't change the equation for me, where I just don't have the resources to compete in both Raid, Crucible, and War. One of those has got to go for me, and it has been War. Do you feel that way? Because like I'm either putting in effort in two of those modes, and one of them has to fall to the wayside, or I'm gonna be mediocre in all three of them because I've stretched myself too thin. Like I haven't even really built up Underworld. They're amazing in War, but I'm still trying to get my Crucible teams and my Raid teams and all that up to snuff. Do you feel that way? I'm curious.
I do, and I don't know. You know, I usually like to play the new game modes. I like to play the game. I'm gonna want to engage with the new war changes, but I have this huge problem of 23 other dipshits that I play this game with. And I don't use the term dipshit lightly. I mean, we do well. We're top 50 in raids all the fucking time.
You have bracelets?
We're
you all
fine.
have bracelets? Did you get the bracelet? The bracelet?
Oh, Jesus Christ. We got the bracelet. You know, we don't suck, but we are dipshits, right? And I don't like the stress of high level war. And what you're describing, where we need 24 people to get maximum efficiency, cancel the accounts. I can do it. You fucking see me. I play this game fucking perfectly. I've never misplayed anything. But I can't get 23 other fucking people from various walks of life to do that shit. And that's not realistic for most people. So I don't know how this shakes out. I don't know. It's really going to come down to rewards. Are they going to motivate me enough to give enough fucks to herd 23 cats, teach 23 people plus the entire internet how to play this game mode? I don't know. It's going to have to really be some hefty rewards. It's going to have to matter. What's that?
And do it live for an audience without messing it up.
Yeah, live for an audience. Like it'd be a lot of fucking headache. Because God knows, you know, Crucible is its own kind of thing, but at least it's all on me. I don't have to teach it to anybody else. It's fine. I wasn't inclined to I don't typically like player versus player game modes. I like tower. I like to play against the computer. I like raids. I like to work with my friends, not crush them into pulp. So I'm not really a fan of Crucible or War in concept, but as a game mode that actually has gameplay, Crucible's pretty great because I don't have to help anyone else. I just fix my own shit.
I find that confusing. So you're telling me you don't like talking trash?
Oh, I'll talk trash.
Is that what I'm hearing right now?
I'm going on record.
Mr. Hartgrave is afraid to talk trash. That's what I heard.
I'm not afraid to talk trash.
He ain't scared.
I'm more inclined to say, you big fucking baby, you need the win so goddamn much. Here, I'll pull my defense. Oh, now you win, big man. Go ahead. Fucking crush me. You win, and you can get 10 extra tier 4s, you big dick son of a bitch. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. How much did you spend on your fucking war teams, and how much better is my roster than yours? This is fucking stupid. That's what I'll talk shit about.
As much as I needed to.
Good luck. I'm glad you enjoy it. I'm glad you enjoy it.
Oh God.
But yeah, I mean, like, no one's good at this game. What the fuck is that? There's no being good at Marvel Strike Force. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I disagree.
It's absurd.
I think that's sort of what Crucible's doing. Yeah, I think Crucible is really showing you who a lot of your really really good players are. I mean, you've got people like you've got free to play players like Killshot that are staying in and around the top 100 without the roster to really back it up. You know, the even Purple Sticky, you know, getting his way up into Masters, and then getting the shit kicked out of him and slapping down, and then working his way back up. But he's not leaving Masters. You know, like he's staying up there. The Owl recently, you know, big reformed spender, but not as much spender as anymore, and you know, he's staying up there. You know, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of relatively. You look in the top 100 in Cosmic Crucible, and it's not the top 100 in TCP. It's just not. There's
not too much your tier 17 aim is going to do for you in Cosmic Crucible. No.
Well, that's just stupid. Why the fuck would anybody do that?
But that was as a joke, you know. But,
well, no, it's not a joke, because remember, there were people that brought AIM into Dark Dimension 5 because of reasons.
I saw him do it.
It's true.
I saw T17 ISO 5 A monstrosity. It's like, why? Because I could. Because like, But, I will say this about that. I think for me personally, what I like to do is try to make it my ranking. Like right now, I'm at 117. Make that number a smaller number than my TCP ranking. So my TCP is like 270.
Hey, that's
so
pretty cool.
I try to punch above my weight in a way kind of thing. So I'm trying to like, that's how I kind of compare. Like maybe is it just my roster, or is it, or do they really like me for me?
So you take,
it's me a little bit.
You take Marvel Strike Force and you try to make a game out of it. That's creative.
Yeah.
I'm with Al. That's exactly how I kind of set the benchmark for myself. That like when last season ended, I was like, all right, where did I end? I was like 177 at the end of the first season. I was like, all right, what's my TCP rank? Not that TCP is everything. It's really, you know, the top 12 teams you have for Crucible ultimately. But I was like, I'm sitting at 3,300 for as far as TCP. That's some sort of measurement of as far as team power. And I'm at 177 or whatever it was. I was like, all right, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good, right? So yeah, it's a fun way to kind of gauge yourself as far as making use of what you have access to. So.
Yeah, and you look at how Cosmic Crucible has developed, and when Cosmic Crucible first came out and Dorky Dad was making all these fantastic videos, it was all about finding ways to stump your opponent, right? And this season changed into something else. This season changed into who can be the most efficient, who can do it with the least amount of turns. And take the least amount of damage. And there's a skill to that. I mean, listen, we're not talking about fucking. There's not going to be a pro Marvel Strike Force player, right? Like that's not on the table. There's no sponsorships available unless you're zooming.
Imagine being me and realizing now I'm never going to be a pro Marvel Strike Force player. Wow, this is not how I expected to find this out. That's rough.
Partner. We made partner though. That's gotta be cool.
Yeah, toot toot. Way to go, buddy. Yeah, man. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. It's a good time. I love it.
I do love it. They need to do something about Room 6, though, man. It might as well be a 5-room fight. The fact that it is a foregone conclusion about Room 6, what defense is going to be there and what attack team you're going to be in there. The only change in Room 6 is if you have such a dominant TCP advantage with your Darkhold, you might be able to punch down onto Wakanda. Otherwise, it's MOE and Wakanda. That's it. And that needs to go as far as I'm concerned. That is not fun. It's now a 5-room, Crucible. It's not. I'm not loving that.
I mean, that is what history tells us that they'll do, though. That
100%.
was the war
100%.
strategy. Yeah, they want you to use a certain defense team and a certain offense team, and I
don't expect it to change. I'm hopeful because I don't think it's good, but I'm with you.
If anything, it's only going to go more that way at future seasons, and you can see that trend right there. Like, well, again, look how hard they worked to make Room 5 be a Tangled Web team without giving us any more Tangled Web characters or stars or anything. We're like, hey, these guys are Tangled Web, right? They're Tangled Web adjacent, and you got to use them, and we're still not going to sell them.
Update of all time.
Oh my god! It's a pretend Eternals are Tangled Web.
Now I feel the negativity. Thank you guys. I was waiting for it. And here
That
it
is
is.
the dumbest shit that's ever happened.
Found it.
This is okay. So I'm gonna flip it. I see your negativity and I raise you positivity, Mr. Hargrave, because the idea of taking Black Order, the least fun team in the history of Marvel Strike Force, like at no point was that team ever fun to play with. It was a shitty team to play with. Like it did its job.
When you flip, you flip.
Yeah. Whoever flips second wins. Get the fuck out of here. Jesus Christ. The fact that they are boosting a former meta team that everybody has built reasonably well for defense and war, let's go. I am super okay with that. I've already got them on defense. Fuck it. It's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking forward to that change myself.
Let's do it. Dust them off the shelf.
That was actually one thing getting me interested in it, in the war changes, was the fact that I can my Black Order is going to do something. I said, that's cool. I got a Black
I
Order.
don't have to use them because they sort of suck to play with.
Yeah, there you go. Throw them on. Well, I mean, you got to fight them
over there.
The only cool thing about Black Order was when Thanos got to do the snap, and now that never happens because they're so power crap they can't get the finishing blow on anything. That was the coolest thing about the whole team.
Now you can watch him snap your team.
He snaps and they all live. You're like, we didn't kill anyone? Not even half of them? No, nothing.
Now you can watch him kill your team.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Oh my God.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for dropping in today and talking about the state of the game. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be here. It doesn't matter what the game is like. Shitty, not shitty, good gameplay, no gameplay. I mean, I complain about it because I'm a streamer and I like to show gameplay, but fuck, maybe I just need to stop streaming on Friday or do more shit like this. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you want to see more from my crew of miscreants and rejects over here? Or I don't know. You guys aren't you guys are happening dudes. What are you guys up to? What's Purple Sticky up to? Let's start with Purple Sticky.
Oh man, I got a lot going on. I live a pretty boring life. It's mostly like Marvel Strike Force in the gym. That's really pretty much my two hobbies that I have my entire life.
Masturbation.
That as well. Vigorous. Yeah.
I was more talking about your plugs, God damn it. Like, I'm going to put your links down below, like that sort of thing. You know,
I thought you were asking about me. I was
no,
like,
I don't give a
fuck. Asking about me as a human.
I don't give a fuck.
My wife's pregnant. I'm buying a house. Thank you for asking, Mr.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I thought we were friends.
He's gonna be a father. That was
I thought he was.
I'm wrapping this shit up.
Personally, I was so excited.
No. Mr. Hargrave doesn't give a shit about you.
He doesn't care.
Answer the question and move on.
All right.
I go to the gym with masturbate. Really, just the dad stuff and the house stuff, and then plug your channel, bro.
The closing of this video, like he has 40 seconds remaining, and you're like, oh, me.
I didn't know that was the plug. Here's the plug.
That's what we say at the end.
Mother
Tell us where to find you.
I thought Mr. Hargrave loved me for me, and he was genuinely asking. Aside from that,
I love you in the fact that I'm willing to let you talk to my audience and then tell them where to go watch your videos instead of mine, you fuck. Where can they go?
Please cut this. You can find me Purple
Sticky.
Sticky.
It all stays in. I don't edit shit.
Purple Sticky over on YouTube if you guys enjoy, Cosmic Crucible content, all that good stuff. I'm also over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Purple Sticky. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at a minimum, I'm streaming. We're doing Cosmic Crucible. We're having a good time. So if you guys want to stop by and hang out, love to see the Gravediggers, man. I always love you guys. Shout out to Rayvarn.
All right, sounds good. How about you, Al? What are you up to these days? In terms of Marvel Strike Force and not your fucking personal life.
I do like long walks on the beach, and also go to twitch.tv/Ambassador Al. I Twitch Sunday night through Thursday night, 10 p.m. till God only knows. Last night I was on from 8:45 until 5 in the morning. So you just never know on your world's best late night streamer. I've not yet branched out into YouTube, but I plan to in the next couple of weeks. So look out for that. In the meantime, it's gonna be all the time.
Al, can you make
that and the cats and those long walks?
Al, can you make math videos, please? We need someone else making fucking math event videos. Can you do that?
Well, I'm making. I got little spreadsheets with math things, and I was going to do some. I was like, wait, there's only 18,000 people using the same exact math, and the math answer is it's either super easy or it will take you $5,000 to win. And if that's your question and you can't tell which one is which, I can't help you. You have enough issues already. It's going to be okay. But I'm going to make little infographics so I can stick on like my Discord.
Oh, that'd be great.
Kind of go, you click here. Is it easy?
Right.
Yes. And this is no. And it's gonna be yes with a circle around it, or no with a circle around it. And it's just, or if I yes with a slash through it. So people are like, no, it's not yet, not yes. And just keep it just that easy. That's what I'm heading for.
I think that could be really helpful. I think that could be really helpful for the community.
I need subathon to get a better microphone and all that kind of stuff. So your mic sucks. So I'm doing subathon.
Really
I'm looking forward. I haven't set a date yet. It's probably Memorial Day weekend. I got a portable hot tub. I'm going to set up a whole thing, bikini stream, the whole deal. Keep your eyes peeled for that. It'll be great.
Okay.
Bang.
And Taco, finally, we know you are constantly streaming. What's your schedule like these days on streaming?
Yeah, so I stream about 40 hours a week on Twitch, 5 days a week for ridiculous amounts of time. So you can find me whenever I'm streaming, which is pretty much all the time that's not in the morning. Also, I do have YouTube that we've put together. So TacoShooter MSF, search TacoShooter MSF, whatever that is, and of course, onlygay.com/TacoShooter. It's really picking up. I was on Only Feet for a while, and I wasn't quite getting the clicks that I thought I would. And I've got really, really nice feet. It was really disappointing. But the Only Gay, that one's working out really well. I think, Al's dropping subs in there all the time. Really appreciate the love and support, buddy. So be sure to check me out. I'm pretty fucking awesome, except when I'm not.
And you interviewed everybody.
Almost. So
everybody.
So we got a few people left to do. I'll be doing. I haven't done Let's Talk About It in 3 weeks, but we are bringing back Let's Talk About It this week. Gonna do something similar to what we're doing here today. Gonna bring on some of the top Krakens in the game, or at least that's the goal.
Right.
To do a similar situation, but from hopefully above my pay grade.
Okay. Get the big guys.
Sort of see. Yeah. So sort of see what they're talking about and how they're feeling. So look for that on Sunday.
All right, awesome guys. Thank you so much for dropping in. Thank you so much for everybody being here live and watching on YouTube. Keep digging. And I think I'm going to do a little more without you guys, just a little bit.
Sounds good.
But I'm going to let
Thanks
you know.
for having us, man.
All right,
Had a
excellent.
great time.
Thanks, guys. I'll have to do it again sometime.
Hey, Purple Sticky, anything you want to share with Mr. Hargrave before you go?
Anything
now that you've
personal?
gotten super close.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm really embarrassed right now, and I'm thinking about taking down my Hargrave shrine that I have in my closet. I normally pray to it every night before I go to bed, but after this monumental embarrassment, I don't know. Not sure.
I almost did with mine, but mine's still up, dude. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Just keep it up. It's going to be okay. Get through the hard times. It's worth it with Mr. Hargrave. There'll always be ups and downs, but if you keep digging, promise it pays off.
I dug my own grave on the outro. I dug too far.
You did great. You did great, Purple. Everybody loves you. I'm not capable of love, or else I would, but I'm just not capable. So. All right, guys. Take it easy. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Thanks for coming by. All right, bye-bye. All right. That was fun. And we actually have resets. So I'm gonna see if there's any gameplay to be found in reset. It's fucking Christ. Meanwhile, I'm over here getting change after fucking change after change put into the game, and nobody wants to. Everyone's like, we need a player movement. Hello, motherfuckers. Jesus fucking Christ. We need someone to help us. No? All right, fuck you. See if I run another fucking poll. See if I put my fucking neck out again for anything. It's absurd. It's fucking absurd. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand it. But yeah, talking to me would be step one. Fucking talking to me would be step fucking one, you would think. But no, I take it as a fucking sign of disrespect and I feel slighted, okay? I don't want to get too emotional about it or whatnot, but it certainly doesn't make me want to. I don't want to come in there and be like, hey guys, how can I help? Like some kind of fucking dipshit How can you help me, motherfucker? We need to put this shoe on the other goddamn foot, in my opinion, because I've been here for a couple of years now doing shit. Where the fuck have you been? You're new to the goddamn party and you're acting like you're inviting me to it. Motherfucker, I done set up the goddamn party. So, Mr. Hartgrave, how do you feel about the player movement? You know? Yeah, the player movement that can't state what the fuck it's trying to do. And this is a lot of the goddamn problem behind it. Like, these are the kinds of questions that I want to ask. What the fuck are you doing? What do you want me to do? How can you help me? Evil, what the fuck? Were you the one like pinging me 1,000 times during that fucking interview? What the fuck are you doing? Fucking cool it. Al wants the top spenders to band together and agree to get tricked into spending so much on leader. Yeah, absolutely. No, we should lower that bar. We should lower that spend bar. This should have done fucking happened like years ago. Top spenders should have been, should have shelved this shit 4 years ago. I proposed to the top spenders of this game, to the top alliances, to cool their shit. And I was told very flatly, oh, that'll never happen. We can't behave like adults. We can't be expected to behave like adults. Our brains are that of fucking baby children. And we need to pit our wallets against each other. And we cannot fucking help this community because we need to measure our dicks. I was told that very plainly by the top alliances in this game. And I said, oh, that's very interesting. So I'll give up on you then. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're in a different spot now and the top spenders actually do want to maybe make things better. Because they can rig all this shit, dude. We don't have to play war. You can pull your defense and you can work out who gets the wins. And you can send a very good message to them that you don't like playing war. Stop playing it. Things could have been done. You have more power than you think you have. If we really look at RTA, motherfuckers, if you want to fucking doubt me, look at RTA. You want to act like us poor baby players, we can't do anything about anything. We don't have any power. The fuck we don't. 99% of this game said fuck RTA and now it doesn't exist anymore. Okay? We could do this with Cosmic Crucible. We could do this with War. Whatever the fuck people don't like. You can do this with Blitz. But you goddamn addicts. You love your Cosmic Crucible, you love your War, and you love your Blitz. So you don't stop playing it. Now, we hated fucking RTA, so we stopped playing it. We didn't give a shit. So we got rid of RTA. You can do it to any game mode you want to, but you'd have to actually fucking do it. You have to get off your ass and actually have to fucking do something. You'd have to abstain from the activity that you don't like. Like Raid says. Rage Gaming says you don't have to do things you don't like to do. And that's all there is to it. It's that fucking simple, guys. You don't have to do it if you don't want to fucking do it. Stop doing it. Holy shit, this chat is getting like toxic and fucking weird. And it's probably time for me to wrap this shit up. I am going to play you my version of my cover of Square Hammer, which I can play for you here on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm sorry. You're going to have to go over here to Patreon and pay me $1 if you want to hear my version of Square Hammer by Ghost. Make sure that you back the Gore Noir magazine coming out. It's going to have a full page in there about Mr. Hartgrave. And it is going to have, it has Ghost on the cover, fittingly enough. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here live. And grave diggers, keep digging.
that sleeps within. What the ass in a fury if they give me an earring. Gonna face a jury for cold-blooded atrocity.